Good morning, good day to wherever you are, and welcome to the second session of meditation and healing. And today we can start with meditation. So you can sit with your back straight. And just feel your connection between your sitting bones and whatever you are sitting on. If it's a chair, then you can have your feet on the ground, relaxed. If you're on a cushion, your legs are cross-legged, just feel your back relaxing. Feel your whole basis dropping into your seat. And feel how this position is opening your basis, opening your pelvis, opening your perineum. And from this area, naturally, there is a sense of rising energy that goes all the way to the top of your head, elongating your spine. Your chin is slightly tucked in, so the back of your neck is long. You can lift your shoulders and drop it. Again, lift again and drop. And feel that your scapulas are opening, so the top part goes outward and the bottom part goes inward, so your upper back is opened up. Your hands are wrapped around your knees or hand inside hand. Your tongue is relaxed, barely touching the soft palate at the top of your mouth, the roof of your mouth. There's a tiny space between your teeth. And your gaze is just resting naturally 2 or 3 yards in front of you with no effort. And just bring all your attention to the present time, to your body. Wherever you were, whatever you were doing, wherever you are, just come into your body. Get a sense of your body. And feel how the relaxation of the body relaxes your diaphragm, which can move more easily upward and downward, affecting your breath, which flows more easily, and how it's affecting your mind. Just being present in your body affects your breath and affects your mind. And just stay with the sensation of your body. And now that we prepared our body, we can prepare our speech, our subtle energy, by cleaning our breath. We're going to inhale from both nostrils, visualizing that we are healing white, healing, cleansing, cooling light. And we'll exhale any disease, any illness, any traumas as black smoke. So we have the visual, the part of the body, we have the breath, and we have the intention. So again, the 3 parts, the body, speech, and mind, are participating. Very important for the process. Inhaling through both nostrils, and then we close one nostril, we exhale from the right and from the left 3 times, and then both nostrils inhaling and exhaling. So we inhale from both nostrils. Close our left nostril and exhale. Inhale. Close the right nostril and exhale. One more time. And from both nostrils we inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And third time, inhale and exhale. And let your breathing flow smoothly through your mouth or nose without effort, preferably through your mouth. And just feel how the cleansing of the breath affects the structure of your body and the quality of your thinking. How everything is already a bit more refined, a bit more clear. And now, after we prepared our body and our breath, we're going to prepare our mind. We're going to prepare our mind by giving rise to love and compassion. We're preparing our motivation by opening our heart to ourselves and to every living being. And we are doing it through the understanding that what is equal to all of us, to this principle of equanimity, on the most basic way, that all of us, every living being wants to be happy. And every living being, as part of their life experience, as part of their reality, experiences difficulties, experiences suffering. This is inseparable from our life. And we open our heart to ourselves and to every living being. Even for a moment it has an effect. So we have the contemplation, and then we let go and we just feel it penetrating every cell in our body. And we contemplate and we feel it. This has very important effects on the benefits of medicine, as we will see later. And on a deeper level, we understand that what's equal to all of us is that everything that we experience to our senses and everything that we experience internally as feeling, thought, is impermanent. It changes all the time. Nothing is permanent. That's the equality in everything that we experience. And this allows us to start the process of letting go. Opening ourselves, our hearts to ourselves and to every living being. And from this place we start the actual meditation. We can pick a pebble if we have, or an object, and put it 2 yards in front of us. We keep our back straight, our neck straight, and we start by gazing, by letting our visual field focus on the object without moving our eyes. Not too tight and not too loose. And we add our breath. We exhale to the point, to the object, and we inhale from the object. This is the door of the speech, of the subtle energy, what will allow us to refine our meditation and our healing process. And we add our concentration, our mental aspect. focusing on the point, on the object. So we have the visual field, the seeing, the door to the body. We have the breath, and we have the mind, the mental focus. Inseparable. If your mind wanders away, you gently bring it back to the meditation. Our mind, our ordinary mind, is used to having control over us. When we suddenly start trying to control it, to tell it what to do, it rebels. It rebels by either creating restlessness or creating tiredness, fatigue. You fall asleep. And we'll talk later what to do with it. But you just bring yourself back to the meditation. And by focusing on one thing, slowly, slowly distractions fall away. And you find a place of calm, of peace, calm abiding. And this effect has a profound physiological healing effect. It's very simple practice, where we are using the support of an object. We're using our tendency to hold, to grasp, like we talked yesterday, and we are grasping to only one thing and allowing all the other neuroses of jumping from grasping to slowly fall away. And again, our eye contact, our breath, and our focus. In the beginning, it's hard, and slowly, slowly we tame our mind and it becomes more open and more relaxed. We can slowly bring our gaze to our eye level and open up to any visual sensation that we see from the front. Without judgment, just opening up. Completely opening up into the vast expanse. And while we keep this opened, we open ourselves to any visual sensations that we see coming from the right and from behind us, and from the left, and from above and below. Completely opening up in all directions to any visual sensations. And we can slowly add any sounds that we experience from the front, from the right, from behind, from the left, from above and below. And in the same way, we open up to any tactile sensations, any olfactory, any smells, and any tastes that we experience. Our posture is straight, our breath is flowing smoothly, and we simply let our visual field, our experience field, expand and open up. just in the space between the exhalation and inhalation, we open up, we expand. We let go. Body is straight, the breath is flowing smoothly, and simply we let all our experience expand. And if you get carried away by your thoughts, just bring it back by using the breath, by feeling how at the end of the exhalation you let go. Then the inhalation comes in, and with the exhalation you let your mind ride with the exhalation of the air and let it open up. And while keeping this openness, you bring your attention inwardly into your body, feeling body sensations, thoughts, feelings. And whatever you experience, you don't push away and you don't grasp to. You start by observing as the first step in meditation. As we mentioned yesterday, meditation is not what we experience, but it's our relationship with our experience, which we will talk more about today after the meditation. And we can specifically bring our attention to the top of our head and then let it drop into our heart, saying hello to our heart, to the center of our chest, seeing what feelings come up. Just accepting whatever arises. And we say hello to our heart by taking our hands and putting them on our chest, this way. Covering the chest, your elbows are relaxed. And we feel the warmth of the heart spreading through the chest. If it feels easier, you can close your eyes for a few seconds and just let this heat, this warmth, this innate love and compassion of the heart to spread throughout your chest. And feel every part of your body that needs this healing, melting of our rough edges, of our contractions. You can specifically send the heat, the warmth to areas where you need healing. And you feel that your heart expands and fills your whole body. Your heart and mind becomes inseparable. And your heart comes out of your body and fills the whole space around you. Softening our hardness, softening our resistance. And we slowly bring our hands down to our knees. And we rest in this place. The body is stable, the breath is flowing smoothly, and the mind is opened like the sky, resting into the sky. And again, at the end of every exhalation, you let go, you relax, and feel how your visual field expands and expands and expands. Just absorbing the sounds of the waves and resting into the vast sky that you are seeing. And from this place, we can do some very basic healing exercises. Now that our body is more relaxed and more opened, less tight. We have space inside to create a change. So when we inhale, we visualize white light coming through the top of our head and filling every cell in our body. And in the space between the inhalation and exhalation, it penetrates into the cells. And when we exhale, any tension, any illness, any disease comes out as black, gray smoke. We inhale white light. And we emphasize in the beginning the exhalation, the letting go of any disease, any trauma, any waste material, any toxins in all levels. Physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. Inhale white light and exhale. And we do 4 or 5 cycles like this, and then we just relax and rest. And feel the effect on our body. And now we visualize a ball of white light at the center of our chest, at our heart center. You can't see me, so you can't see it. Very intense. Intense white light. This is a white light of purification, of healing that is present in the heart, our innate heart quality. And again, we inhale white light from the universe that intensify the white light in the heart. And then with the exhalation, just like the heart when it contracts, it sends blood everywhere. With the exhalation, with the contraction of the lungs, with the contraction of the system, we send the white light everywhere in our body. So we inhale white light into our heart, we intensify the white light in the heart, and when we exhale, we send the white light everywhere. Inhaling white light, and with the exhalation, we send it everywhere in our body. And if there are areas of illness, of pain, that you feel it's hard for you to get the white light, don't struggle with it. Just let go and let the white light spread on its own, first to areas which are healthy actually, that are easier to absorb white light, and slowly they will affect the other areas and you will feel how everything fills into white light. And you relax. Your body is stable, your breath is flowing smoothly. And your heart and mind are opened. And again, focusing on the white light in your heart, you inhale white light from the universe into your heart, and when you exhale, you spread the white light. Inhaling white light and exhaling until you feel that the white light is coming out of your skin and starts spreading outside, filling the whole space around you, until everything becomes the quality of white light, of purity, of equal purity with no difference. Just like the white snow covering whatever is there. And you rest in this place. Let your edges, let your contraction just open up. And you feel the healing and the openness. And you can move your legs, your hands if you need. Looks like we had a problem sharing the video with Israel and it just happened now. So my apologies. Meditation was similar to yesterday and you just got joined in the right time. Shalom lekulam, Shabbat shalom. And Well, welcome to the second part of the series. And today I still want to talk about the basic part of creating openness. So yesterday we discussed that the source of our difficulties and the source of every illness we have, literally every illness, is our tendency to identify, to grasp. Is our self-identification, our ego identification. Identify with everything, with us as something solid that will never go away, and identifying with everything that comes to our senses as solid and real. This is what is called conditioned existence, an existence that is based on a perceiver and something to be perceived. We perceive experience coming from the outside, and we believe we believe in their solidity, in their independent existence, which is not really the way they are, and we hold to them. And in the same way we hold to things inside. And then when things are about to change, we rebel, we fixate. And this fixation is at the root of every disease, every pain, every suffering. Why? Because we react to this through our survival response. And this is really the survival paradox. This is what I call the survival paradox. What makes us survive, it what causes us to be sick. We react through our nervous system, through our sympathetic nervous system, with fear, fight and flight, פחד, מלחמה, או לברוח, or we react on a metabolic level by creating a metabolic cascade that makes all of this happen. So all of these physiological effects start with our basic fixation. So our healing journey, very simple and very logical, will be melting this fixation, letting go of the fixation. How do we do it? The first part that we are emphasizing yesterday and today, and we are learning a little bit more about, is by creating the openness, creating spaciousness. And the main tool for it is a non-conceptual practice of shamatha, calm abiding. We start by focusing on an object or focusing on our breath. And why do we have to focus? Because we are not able just to let go. We are conditioned. It's innate in us as part of the same grasping survival response to hold to things. So we use the disease, we use the problem as a medicine. Instead of jumping with our grasping, instead of jumping from thought to thought to thought to thought, which is what we do until we realize it, we hold to one thing. And by holding softly to it, using our three doors, our visual field, our breath, and our focus, slowly all the other movements fall away. And especially when we are at the eye level, we start experiencing the real qualities of our mind that some of you may have experienced even in these few minutes. The sense of calmness, the sense of openness, spaciousness, the sense of clarity, the sense of bliss, pleasant feeling in the body, and finding this space of non-thought, this space between the thoughts, what we call non-conceptual space, which is not so difficult to find once we train in shamatha. And then at some point we let go of holding and we just let our mind rest. And usually we get carried by thoughts. And when we get carried by thoughts, we can get lost, right? People can sit in meditation and say, wow, 20 minutes went by so quickly. I was just gone for 20 minutes. Well, you were just carried away by your thoughts. You were not here. You were not present. So this brings us to the two basic dialogues when we meditate. One is to try to rest in this non-conceptual space, And one is to use our analytical conceptual process to change our habits, to change our mind habits. So we did it already in the beginning of the meditation. When we prepared the mind, our motivation, love and compassion, we gave rise to the understanding that all beings want to be happy. That's a conceptual training. Instead of giving rise to being upset at someone, we realize that everybody wants to be happy. They just don't know how to do it. Just like we sometimes don't know how to do it. And then there is a letting go. And we vacillate between the non-conceptual part, which is the shamatha part, the calm abiding, and the contemplation, which is the insight part, the vipassana. Within the process of contemplation, there are different levels. For example, if a sense of anger arises, the first thing that we want to do, the first simplest thing to do, that we have a tendency is either to push it away, or buy into it and grasp it and spiral down with it. Both come from grasping. When we grasp to something, we create a reaction. We want it or we don't want it. We have hope to have it or we have fear to have it. So we either reject it or we hold to it. We have to let go of this basic flow. So one way that you start doing it is just by antidoting. If you have anger, you mentally give rise to patience and to more kindness as an exercise, and this is a level of antidote. Other levels are levels of detoxification. We let it go out of our body. We clean it from our body. Another level, and these are deeper and deeper level, is just acceptance. And that's a profound level. We just accept whatever arises without judgment. And this is a very important level, because the acceptance can be a way of observing things without getting involved in them. That's what mindfulness is very much about. And this is a step in meditation. It gives a big relief to the system, because we don't struggle anymore. Our neurosis quiets down. But from a meditation point of view, it's just one step, one early step. And actually mindfulness can be an obstacle to meditation, because we create this distance between what happens and between the observer. There's a level of disconnect, and there's a level of holding in the observation. So also this has to drop, and we will talk later about how we do it when we go deeper into meditation explanations next week. And then there's a transformative quality, using the heart to transform whatever we experience into love and compassion. And this part, melting our edges and melting our grasping, is at the root of open heart medicine, and will be a topic, the focus of next week's 3 sessions. Really understanding how to train in it. So it's very important to allow ourselves to shift from the conceptual analytical process, which is so natural to us, to the let go. And if you feel that you are stuck, that you are struggling, we all do, although at some point meditation just becomes blissful and amazing, but each of us at their own time. It took me decades to get to it. Then don't be hard on yourself. Just open your heart to yourself. Open your heart to every other being who is going through the same struggle. And then relax. And slowly your edges will melt. Or whatever is your source of refuge, whatever is your belief system. You're Christian, you're Muslim, you're Jewish, you're Buddhist. Just open your heart to any divine qualities that can melt your edges, your roughness, and absorb them, and then just let go. So we use this at different level. What is fascinating and important to realize, and I can just touch on it barely, we more deeply go into it during the retreat, so when I have more time to teach, we'll touch it hopefully in other series, is that each of these levels of antidote, detoxification, acceptance, transformation, and the last level, just freedom, being free, realizing that everything is free, all of these have physiological consequences. Each of these relate to different medical systems, to different treatments, to different approaches. So you can start getting an early sense, early taste, how it works together, how you can figure out healing modalities. You know, it's really interesting. I was just commenting, I'm working on a medical device project for quite a few years for removal of galectin-3. And I figured quite a few years that this survival drive is affecting inflammation, and certain diseases, like chronic kidney disease, can actually be reversed. And I'm seeing it in the clinic. I haven't had a lot of patients, but the 7 or 8 that I had, all of them improved. I mean, using some strong methods, of course. And then you realize it for about 10 years and you work with it, and then suddenly the medical community is starting to bubble up with the understanding that this is possible, even conceptually. And you ask yourself, what makes it for someone to be ahead of the curve? What makes it is not holding, not contracting, being open. The knowledge is not mine, is not yours. It's part of the universe, it's there. There is infinite healing possible. It's when we contract that we make it impossible. Our heart has this healing quality. So next week we'll go a little bit into the different aspects, a little bit deeper of the letting go, but the main emphasis will be starting to work with the heart, with how to open our heart and transform negative emotions into love and compassion. And surprisingly, it is quite simple. It's much simpler than finding openness. And why? Because it's who we are. It's what our heart does. So with this, I want to leave you for the weekend. I hope that you will get a chance to practice over the weekend and share with others. What we talked in these 2 days is important. There is some unique aspects to it, but it's really more advice on regular medicine. It's really next week that we're going to start diving into open heart medicine and into the practice of Tonglen. And also we will teach just the first part. We will introduce some important aspects that are unique to this method. So as we talked yesterday, as part of not grasping, as part of sharing with others, just the heart does, we open our heart to all living beings. We dedicate any benefit we had today, and we make the aspiration for all living beings on this earth to find health, to find happiness, for wars to end, and for peace and harmony to pervade every cell of each one of our bodies, every molecule of this universe. So have a great weekend. Thank you.